When Melissa came round, she found herself lying on the floor in the middle of a poorly lit room with her friends leaning over her. "Welcome back." Nicholas smiled and helped Melissa get up off the floor. The girl looked around and asked, "Where are we?" But before Nicholas could even respond, somebody coughed behind his back as if trying to draw attention. Only then Melissa realized that they were not alone in the room. In one of the corners, there was a man in his 40s sitting behind a computer with multiple displays around him. He introduced himself as Mr. Stein, the owner of the convenience store where Melissa and her friends ran into a nightmare. It turned out they were now in his anti-nightmare bunker beneath the convenience store. It used to be a simple basement, but since nightmares are pretty common in Glimmerdale these days, I decided to reinforce it so that I could hide here from the black fog, Mr. Stein explained. "You kids are lucky I saw you through my surveillance cameras. If it wasn't for me, you'd be toast by now. Anyway, how did you end up here? You don't seem to be local." The teens started trading looks. They didn't know if it was okay to tell a complete stranger about the Anti-Dreamwalker Society. Finally, Nick answered, "We're from the Misty Megalopolis. We heard about the nightmare on the news and figured it would be cool if we could catch it on video." Mr. Stein sighed. "Kids these days, gonna risk their lives to get popular." Nicholas couldn't respond because suddenly there were some loud noises coming from the next room. "What's that?" Nicholas sounded concerned. "Is there someone else in the bunker?" Suddenly, Mr. Stein became very sad. "Yeah, it's my wife. Seems like she's losing strength to resist the nightmare. I had to lock her up in the next room because she became dangerous to me and herself." "Wait, are you trying to tell me we're actually not safe in this bunker?" Melissa and the rest of the anti-Dreamwalkers were completely shocked. For a second, Mr. Stein got confused. "Well, yes and no. You see, this bunker is pretty deep underground. In fact, we're so far away from the nightmare, we almost can't feel its presence. Almost, because we're still in its range. Right now, the nightmare is slowly poisoning our minds, and it's just a matter of time until we all lose ourselves in the black fog." Having said that, Mr. Stein noticed that his guests became sad as well. He felt bad and decided to cheer them up. "But look on the bright side, kids. This nightmare is not that big, so we still have some time until the Dreamwalkers arrive to deal with it." Suddenly, Mr. Stein was interrupted by a loud explosion which made the entire bunker rattle. Without saying a word, Mr. Stein rushed back to his computer and started rapidly switching between his surveillance cameras trying to identify the source of the explosion. "Is it the nightmare?" asked Melissa nervously. "Has it broken into the bunker?" "Actually, no," Mr. Stein responded. "I think it's Dreamwalkers, and it looks like they're fighting the nightmare right in front of my store." When Nicholas heard the word Dreamwalkers, his face immediately changed. With the utmost determination, he asked Mr. Stein to open the bunker door and let him and his team outside. The battle was in full swing. The teens couldn't really see much as the entire street was covered in black fog. Lightning flashed here and there. Somebody was screaming deep in the fog, but the words drowned in deafening explosions which made the kids cover their ears every now and then. Finally, it was over. The fog cleared and the teens saw two Dreamwalkers standing in the middle of the street. Melissa immediately recognized one of them. It was Lou. Her companion didn't seem particularly familiar. It was a tall black man with a bird-like mask and a huge exotic-looking saber in his hands. Even from the distance, Melissa could feel the tension between him and Lou. "What are you doing here, Lou? Aren't you supposed to be taking care of the nightmare at the boiling lake?" Lou laughed sarcastically. "Yeah, that one was pretty easy. And since I still had some time left, I figured I might as well just help the weakling." "The weakling?" The voice of the second Dreamwalker became threatening. "Don't push it, Lou." "What are you gonna do, Sean? Tell the Keeper on me? Go ahead. But don't forget to tell him that it was me who stayed in Glimmerdale to clean all the mess." Lou pointed her finger at the broken house wall in front of her. "Clean all the mess?" Sean gave Lou a suspicious look. "It's not like you. Why do I have a feeling you're up to something and simply want to get rid of me? You know what? I'm gonna stay here and help you clean the street." "Really?" Suddenly Lou sounded disappointed. "Look, I just remembered my favorite TV show is about to start. I gotta go." After that, Lou snapped her fingers and disappeared. Nicholas and his team, still hiding in the convenience store, looked surprised. "Who's that keeper they were talking about?" finally asked Melissa. Not sure, Nicholas responded, but something tells me it's our chance to find out more about Dreamwalkers and their powers.